No camera rig is complete without a solid V-mount battery. Just look at these two camera rigs, one with a V-mount battery and one without. Come on, you tell me who you're hiring. In all seriousness though, a V-mount battery is an incredibly useful tool to have when filming, especially when filming handheld or on a tripod. And there are a few good reasons for that. It means you don't have to waste time or interrupt your shoot to swap batteries on multiple accessories on your rig. It's so much less of a hassle. So you can also use a V-mount battery to charge things externally. So like your phone or even other camera batteries, you can pretty much use it as just like a power source to have on the go. Another reason for V-mount batteries is that you can power lights externally, and this is actually huge. There have been many times where I've been filming where I needed the light to be mobile and portable. I didn't want to be tethered to a power source. So using a V-mount battery to power my lights externally and having that flexibility on set to reposition the light wherever I need to. Also, the extra weight from the V-mount and the rig that kind of goes with it is going to smooth out those micro jitters in your handheld shots. Okay, so I'm sure by now you get it. V-mounts are great, but which one is right for you? So I'm gonna be comparing a few of the affordable V-mount options on the market. I'll share my thoughts, and then we're actually gonna build out a camera rig together using these V-mount batteries so I can give you some pointers on what to look out for and what you're gonna need to actually make a rig with a V-mount battery. So the first battery I want to talk about is the SmallRig VB99 SE Mini. So there's not a whole lot to say about, the performance of each battery. They all do really well. They last me like all day, especially if you get these 99 watt hour. So one thing I do love about this battery is that it has this little flap thing here to cover all the ports. And it's got this little notch here and here that both line up so that this can just stay. All of these batteries are gonna have more or less the same kind of ports. You're gonna have your 12 volt out, your 8 volt out. I actually never use any of these ports. I'm usually using the USB-C or the D-tap port right there. So I do wish that the SmallRig came with more USB-C ports because that's primarily what I'm using. Don't really use USB-A either. There's only one D-tap port. I wish there was a second one on the other side, but such is life. It's plastic, but it does feel pretty good quality overall. Another thing to mention is that the SmallRig has a display screen here, and when you have different camera accessories plugged in, the SmallRig will actually display the power draw of each port. I don't really pay attention to it too much. I just care about battery life and how much juice I got left. This next battery is comparable to the SmallRig VBS99. This is the K&F Concept KF V99 Pro. Similar battery to the SmallRig, similar in size. It does feel a little bit more premium, I want to say, because this, I'm not sure if this is plastic on the outside or aluminum. I'm pretty sure this outer shell here is actually aluminum, so that gives it a nice, more premium feel. This front glass here, this feels like plastic. I would imagine this is going to get scratched pretty easily the more I use it, but overall it feels solid. And if you drop this, it's not going to hold up very well, but it does look nice, that's for sure. There's a power button on the side. When you click that, it gives you your display. Okay, moving on to the ports here, you could see that it does have one of these port cover flaps. It does have the two USB-C ports here. Again, I'm mostly using USB-C and D-tap. Speaking of D-tap, there is one D-tap port on the side right there. So this battery is PD 100 watt fast charging. So what that means is that it charges things fast and it can also be charged fast. If we compare that to the SmallRig, this is only 65 watt. So the PD 100 watt fast charging is a huge bonus for the K&F Concept. It is actually a bit cheaper than the SmallRig. This is going to be a really good option for you. So this battery is called the K&F Concept KF99 SE. So this battery actually looks pretty cool. It's got these like ridges on the front, gives it like a very, I don't know, high-tech kind of feel to it. It's got the flap here. Again, it's just like a dangly flap. I really hate when they do that. The downside to this battery specifically is that you have only one USB-C, one USB-A, and one, is that 12 volt? One DC 12 volt over here. So there's only 3 ports. You don't get as many ports on the top here as you do with the V99 Pro K&F, but one benefit to the 99 watt hour SE is that there are 2 D-tap ports. So there's one on this side, and then if we turn it around, open this up, there's another D-tap right there. This battery is the cheapest of all three. Oh, another thing I almost forgot to mention is that this is also 100 watt fast charging. Now, for some of you, this might be a deal breaker. For others, maybe not. When you press the power button here, there's just like this bar that lights up with your battery level. There's not actually a screen or any type of display on this battery. But for the price point, I really wouldn't expect a whole lot from it. In the real world, are you really gonna notice the 100 watt over the 65 watt?
Yes, because in a pinch, you can charge your gear like camera batteries, drone, or gimbal much faster, and it does make a difference.
It is definitely something that you're gonna wanna consider, especially when comparing these two batteries, because this 65 watt charger is more expensive than the PD 100 watt fast charger. So everything just happens faster when you have PD 100 watt fast charging. So take your pick. Okay, so while editing this video, I had a shoot. And on that shoot, I brought these batteries with me. I had to film this segment to let you guys know the truth. These cheaper batteries have some great specs on them, and you might be thinking like, oh, it's too good to be true. And it kind of is, and it was in my situation. Let me explain. First, let me just open this up. So on the shoot, I brought the V99 Pro with me, threw it in my bag, just like any other battery. And when I got to the shoot, I wanted to use it, but the power button was stuck. Like I couldn't push it in at all. It wouldn't turn on, it wouldn't do anything. So essentially the battery ended up being completely useless. Luckily I had other batteries with me, so I could just use those. It didn't really matter, it wasn't a big deal, but I was still kind of annoyed that the battery failed on me. So I went home to go try to fix the button. I thought maybe there was like maybe some gunk stuck in the sides or something, preventing it from pressing down. And then I tried to clean it out with hardly any effort. Look what happened. Oh no, look at this. Look what I did. The button completely caved in, the battery turned on, and it wouldn't turn off because, I don't know, the button's messed up. Long story short, I used the battery once and it broke. So as awesome as the specs might be on some of these like cheaper batteries, they're cheap for a reason. And that is something that you're gonna have to keep in mind when you buy these cheaper batteries. They have good specs, but the build quality, it's not always there. It is possible that I just got a lemon, but it is a bit disappointing. Okay, so now that we've actually looked at a few options for V-mount batteries, I wanna put together a camera rig because as you can see, you don't just buy a V-mount battery and then that's it. There are some options to consider while mounting your V-mount batteries. Let's start building out a camera rig from scratch and we'll talk about that. Okay, so laid out on the table over here, I have all the different accessories that I'm going to use to actually build out my rig, and you'll see how I attach the V-mount battery to the camera and make it all into nice one clean package that you can bring to your shoot and start to impress your clients. All right, so we got all our camera accessories here. We got the camera, of course. I'm just gonna attach the 15mm rod base plate. Next up, we're gonna take the rods, slide those through, leaving enough room at the back for the V-mount battery. Open the screen so that it doesn't get stuck back there. Then I'm going to take the actual mounting plate for the V-mount battery. I'm gonna slide it through the rods. Then I'm going to pick a V-mount battery. It clips on just like that. I'm gonna throw a handle on there. Next, we're going to add the monitor to the camera rig. Now it's time to wire this whole setup. I'm using these USB-C cables that have like an angle to them. Plug it in, turn it on. Now I want to get power to my monitor. So I'm gonna pop open the D-tap port, plug this in. This connects to the monitor. Now the monitor turns on, and now my camera and the monitor are both being powered by one single power source, this V-mount battery right here. I also have this wireless video transmitter, the Hollyland Mars, and I can also power this with the V-mount. So that would be 3 different camera accessories being powered by one single V-mount battery. Attach the Hollyland onto the rod system as well. And just like that, everything is being powered by a single V-mount battery. If the V-mount dies, I can just swap it in for another V-mount battery. The camera can keep rolling and it doesn't have to turn off if I'm hot swapping a V-mount. Now you're gonna see the difference between some of these V-mount battery options and why you might wanna choose one over the other. Another thing, if you know you're gonna need more than one battery, I recommend going with the same make and model if you can, because if you switch up models, sometimes the ports are in different spots and then it kind of messes with your rig. So if you can, I'd recommend just getting 2 of the same models, but it's not the end of the world if you can't. So if I hook up the SmallRig battery here, this is the downside to having not enough USB-C ports or not enough D-tap ports. We now have to use something like this. So this is a D-tap splitter. If we take the D-tap splitter, we could even mount it to the side, and now we can power the monitor with the D-tap splitter, and we can switch the power from the Hollyland from USB-C to D-tap power. And there we go. Again, everything is powered from the single V-mount battery. I'd rather not use the D-tap splitter if I don't have to. Even if we were using the KF99 SE, it only has 1 USB-C port. It has 2 D-tap ports on either side. That eliminates the need for the D-tap splitter. So when it comes to these 3 options for batteries, I'm gonna say that the K&F Concept batteries are the clear winner over the SmallRig, simply because I like the fact that there are just more ports that I need on these batteries. Also, the PD 100 watt fast charging makes a big difference. These 2 are just more affordable. So I could buy more of these, swap them out as needed, compared to having less of the SmallRig with less features, where you're gonna pay more for less features with the SmallRig. If you have the extra money, go for the V99 Pro, or if you are on more of a budget, but you still want all the great features that come with this one, just in a less durable, not as premium feeling battery, then you can go with something like the V99 SE. These are both great options. All right, guys, I hope you found that video useful. There's a ton of things we could talk about when it comes to V-mount batteries and camera rigs and all of that, but that's a topic for another video. If you do have any questions about anything that was covered in this video, leave that in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.